Science Uncovered.
This week, Francesca went to go and find out why humans talk.
The evolution of human language is a topic which has been debated for centuries. However, the problem is still yet to be solved.
What do I think enables humans to talk? Necessity.
The voice box?
There's something in our voice, in our throat, I guess.
I think because people need to interact.
I think our lungs.
Determination to communicate.
They need to find a way to communicate, so that's why people talk.
We tend to think of our vocal abilities as unique, yet we know that birds and other animals can mimic the sounds we make, illustrating that we are not the only animals capable of speech. Human speech is not merely an act of imitation though. It is composed of a series of waves filtered through the vocal apparatus to produce audible symbols which we interpret as language. But how are we able to create these sounds in the first place?
Well, human speech can certainly be seen as rather uniquely human. It is certainly a very sophisticated means of communication that enables us to transfer information of great cognitive complexity, and to do this at a very high rate and in a rather efficient way, which has not been observed in any other animal species.
Over the first few years of life, the human larynx moves from its position at the back of the mouth down into the neck. This was thought to be the differentiating factor between us and our primate cousins, because when the larynx sits higher up in the neck, it seals off the trachea as food and drink is swallowed. This means that animals, such as the gorilla, are unable to choke. In us humans, however, by being placed lower down, the larynx valve is able to shape the airwaves that we push out from the lungs, a bit like a musical instrument. This enables us to produce a much wider range of sounds and syllables than other apes.
So the fact that we've observed this descended larynx in species which clearly lack the ability of speech suggests that at least in this species, the larynx has descended for something that is completely independent of speech production. Interestingly, in humans, at puberty, there is a secondary descent of the larynx in human males only, which obviously does not give them, enhanced speech capabilities, but which suggests that sexual selection is involved in the descent of the larynx in humans only. So this, suggests that the larynx might have descended in humans for the same reason that it descended in other animal species, that is the exaggeration of body size rather than speech abilities.
So if the descended larynx is not unique to humans, then what does enable us to speak? It is suspected that our vocal abilities may have something to do with the size of the hypoglossal canal. The hypoglossal canal contains the hypoglossal nerve, which provides the tongue with motor neurons. These motor neurons control the tongue's mobility and create movements necessary for complex speech. It is obvious that much more has happened in the 3 million years since we split from our primate cousins, and one obvious feature is our bipedalism. The ability to walk on two legs may have triggered the development of our speech by contributing to what is known as the gestural theory of language evolution. By walking on just our hind limbs, it leaves the front ones, and more importantly the hands, completely free. This could have been the influential factor that caused our ancestors to develop a more complex method of communication through gesture. Therefore, we have seen how the evolution of human language is still a topic undergoing many complex debates. It is unlikely that the larynx alone allows us to make the sounds we do, but more importantly, we have seen how gestural evolution has played a significant role in the development of human language.
Welcome back to the studio. We hope you enjoyed that report. We've now got a news segment for you.
We're calling it the Super Speedy Science News, in which we try and tell you 4 of the latest science headlines in as quick a time as possible. So are you ready to go?
Yep, here we go.
Okay, here we go. A new ultra-precise measuring tool called the Plasmon ruler has been developed by scientists in America. It can measure things as small as a hydrogen atom.
It has been discovered that a 1,000-year-old Mongolian statue is actually made from one of the rarest meteorites found on Earth.
The days are numbered for badgers after UK government has announced a pilot cull to try and control the spread of tuberculosis among cattle.
And lastly, a whisky distillery in Scotland has linked with a company in Edinburgh to turn its leftovers into a product which can be used to fuel cars.
So there we have it, the super speedy science news.
Hope you enjoyed today's show, and if you have any comments or any questions that you would like us to answer, then please get in contact with us on Facebook or Twitter.
See you again next week.